Arc Raiders just got leaked, and this might be a big one. People, we're now seeing details about a possible clan system. Yeah, full squad based progression could be coming to the game. And if this is real, this completely changes how Arc Raiders is played. Because now it's not just about surviving solo or with randoms, it's about teams, coordination, long term progression. But here's the real question: is this exactly what the game needs? Or is it going further into live service territory that players are already pushing back on? Because we've seen what happens when these systems don't land. So, what actually is in this league, and should fans be excited or worried? Let's talk about it.
Are you not entertained?
Okay, so I'm just gonna read out what all the leaks, and this is supposed to be from a real strong source, and the fact that it's multiple sources is supposed to be reason why we should look at this as a for sure thing. More leaked details about the upcoming clan system in Arc Raiders. Can set the clan play preference to player versus environment, players versus players, or quests. Members of clans will have specific roles such as member, recruiter, and captain. Clans will have level progression systems and daily clan challenges. Clans will have a clan wall showing new members that have left the clan and more. Clan members can earn in-game rewards. I went to the comment section because I was very much interested. I was interested in what people had to say about this rumor because people have been asking for player versus environment modes. Yeah, so I really wanted to see what the feedback was after this was going around social media, and gotta say, the overly overwhelming, and maybe it's just because the ones I was looking at, but pretty negative because there's still that same group of people saying we want P versus E only mode, and I guess this is not enough for them. I don't know. I don't know. But why is this a big deal? It's supposed to add long term engagement, encourage players to stick together, and could boost retention. This is how live service games try to keep their players around. But the possible problem, more live service mechanics could feel grindy and forced. Not everyone wants clan based play. And you got to ask yourself what these clan mechanics supposedly going to improve the game or complicate it. And there's no clear answer, especially if you don't want clan experience. I'm really curious how it's going to handle that. Is this going to be very much imposed upon you without like you being accepted of being in the clan? And then like the clan mechanic can be had the possibility of being very, very toxic. Like I wonder how they're gonna handle that. And then like is there a limit of members of clans? 'Cause I can't remember the game, but it was like you could only have so many members, and it was maxed out. So I wonder how they're gonna handle that aspect as well. Yeah, I feel like this whole clan mechanic definitely has the potential of being very, very, very toxic. But hey, Arc Raiders already has some built-in toxicity because of like the whole you can meet up with randoms and work together, and then they can off you at the end. Like it's Arc Raiders, don't get me wrong, already has toxic elements to it, but I feel like this could just add on to it. And if that's the case, which at the end of the day, most people complain because of the toxic play and the shadiness and the rats and all of that. I wonder, is this gonna backfire on Embark in a way that they didn't expect it to be? But I don't know. We'll have to definitely have to wait and see about that. Why did they add this? Probably more likely because of retention problems that they're having right now. Arc Raider numbers are kind of dwindling, but they've had a long run of good numbers, so they're probably trying to think of things to reinvent the wheel a little bit and make stuff feel refreshed and new. And because struggling to keep player engagement is always an issue for live service games. Clans can make a social hook and make a long time player, stick around for a longer period of time now. So I think the best case for this clan mechanic is, strong team play, more community building, and game feels more alive now. But the worst case for this mechanic, it could add pressure to join clans, because if you're not in a clan and you in a match, you could really be in a fucked up situation very, very quickly. Solo players could feel pushed out, like I said, especially if you don't want to deal with the whole clan mechanic. You're kind of like introverted, like myself. You don't really socialize with online players like that. You just want to do your own thing in peace. Yeah. And like I said, it feels like a whole nother live service grind. Like, this is a lot of issues that possibly could come from this. So the big debate, is this a needed feature or a risky direction? Because like I said, a lot of people was in the comments saying this is not what we asked for, this is not what we wanted. You're not listening to us. And like I said, this noise of P versus E modes has been around for months and months and months. Not saying, and I'm not saying that they should do that. I've been on this platform in a lot of our past videos on Arc Raiders saying like this is a distraction shooter. Like, you can't tell them to not do the P versus E versus P. Like, that's the whole point of the game, man. I've stated that, man. Do you really want a players versus environment only mode? Because some of these arc raiders, arc raiders, some of these arcs are so out of control, and they've been manipulating the power output of weapons. Like, oh, you can really be, really could be, you think rats are bad. Like, you get surrounded by some of these arcs and it's just so overwhelming and overpower you. Like, I don't know really if that's really what you want at the end of the day. And maybe this is Embark saying, hey, you don't want that. Let me try to give you something that could help you out without doing that. Because at the end of the day, you don't want just to be in an environment just with arcs and only. Because I don't know. I think the arcs sometimes are worse than rats. But, that's just my experience and my playthroughs. Everybody had their own experience. But at the end of the day, this could bring players together or it could push some away. And like I said early in the video, their numbers are already kind of dwindling down. So they're trying to really think hard of how they can give people value to stick around. But you definitely let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about this? Is this going to be something, if you stop playing Arc Raiders, going to bring you back? Will this make you stick around? Does this give you enough content, especially if you feel like you've done everything and you got nothing left to do? Would this like give you a reason to play? And at the end of the day, that's the biggest question for any live service game. Do you have enough reason to cut the game on every day to play? But listen, let me know what you think and how you feel in the comments down below.
And that's it for this video of Are You Not Entertained podcast. Thanks for hanging out with us. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell so you'll never miss our next hot take. Until next time, Are You Not Entertained?